Greetings, movie fans. You're all very welcome to the Big Reviewski. My name is Owen Doherty. We're here with Omniplex Cinemas and my OmniPass, and I'll be honest, I'm a little bit nervous today. Just got this weird kind of creepy feeling, but I'm kind of relieved because I'm joined by two of the most gallant, heroic, fearless film friends a boy could ever ask for. Would you please welcome Paul Moore and Rory Cashin?
I genuinely thought you said I'm feeling creepy. You were just going to instantly insult us right from the bat.
Me too.
That's the sign of our friendship, that as soon as I heard creepy, you're like, you're going to blame us
No,
too.
I don't mean that I'm feeling creepy. I mean like I've got a
creep in
creepy
the air.
feeling. There's a creep in the studio.
Again,
yeah,
I thought you were just talking about us, but I appreciate that, yeah.
Unfortunately, though, we're not joined by Justine today.
I know. AWOL.
Oh, it's grand. You made it. Justine is here.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Justine, you look great.
Yeah, it's whenever she doesn't wear the hat, that's when I don't really, have...
I walked past her in the street, but she's not wearing a hat.
Just didn't know it was you. So yes, we have a cracking show coming up for you today. We have the stars of Spider-Man, Far From Home, Tom Holland, Zendaya, and Jacob Batalon.
Yes.
Getting that right?
Yes.
Sweet. And what else? We've got some Spider-Man merchandise to give away as well. Some very cool prize packs coming up. And we're going to be taking a sneak peek at a film we're all very, very excited about. A brand new trailer that was released this week. But first of all, it's time for the big question on the Big Reviewski. And for this week's big question, it's over to Paul Moore.
Yes, indeed. A few weeks ago, we were chatting about some of our highlights from 2019, and with the summer kind of in midway points and still plenty to come, we got all the Oscar baity stuff that comes at the end of the year as per norm. But what film, and we've also got Justine's commentary on all the new releases coming up, which will be interesting. Which film still to be released in 2019 are you really, really looking forward to?
Okay, because we had picked our favourite ones way back at the start of the year.
Yep.
And then a couple of weeks ago, we picked our favourite ones so far that we've seen.
Yep.
But
You went for a little independent release, wasn't it?
yeah, just a quiet little film, Avengers Endgame, which is amazing. Rory went for The Favourite.
Directed by?
Oh,
Go on, go for it.
okay. Yorgos Lanthimos.
It gets
Every
sexier
time.
every time. Every time. What'd you go for, Paul?
I
Just
went
say
for-
Yorgos Lanthimos.
Yeah, and I didn't know. I went for Can You Ever Forgive Me?
And Justine?
Good answer.
Okay.
Insightful.
Yeah. As
She
ever.
probably went for a horror film, I'd say. Yeah.
Most
yeah.
likely.
I'd
But yes,
say she went for Supersonic.
it actually was supersonic. But in terms of films that are still to be released this year, gazillion still to come out. What did you go for?
I went for. You said it said like we can't do like Star Wars because I was like,
Oh,
you're
yes.
like, you're like, no
Sorry.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did
so there
say
was a
that.
rule in this.
Yeah.
Because we're
Paul,
not allowed
Paul
to
pitched
pick
us the
Star Wars
question,
films.
and I immediately was like, neither of you can say Star Wars.
But we're really excited about
I
Star
know,
Wars.
but you're not allowed to say
So
Star
you-
Wars.
I think you can guess like my brand of what I'm going for. Director, funny, man crush.
Director. So you've a man crush on the
On this
director. Okay.
yeah. Funny.
Oh, well, that's
he's
tight.
actually working on Star Wars TV show.
Taika.
Taika
is.
Waititi.
He was doing Jojo Rabbit, which was released in October, a World War II satire with Sam Rockwell and Scarlett Johansson, in which a little boy who's part of that weird Nazi Hitler youth movement group finds
That-
out...
that
called-
weird
called,
group.
called the Hitler.
Yeah.
Those weird weirdos.
They had some strange views. But he finds out his mother, Scarlett Johansson, is harbouring a Jewish girl. But to cope with this news, he has this alter ego he develops, who is Adolf Hitler, played by Taika Waititi, who I love his research for all. He said, did you do any research? And no, because Hitler is a beep. And what would a way to have a go at fascism than having a Polynesian Jewish guy play Adolf Hitler?
It makes perfect sense.
And
So
in terms of Taika Waititi's work, like, I don't think he's done a bad film. I love everything. Boy, Hunt for the Wilder People, What We Do in the Shadows, Ragnarok. And he's actually not a bad actor. Like, I remember him in Boy, he played like this kind of dickheady dad. He's actually pretty good. And you remember him in What We Do in the Shadows as well. So he can act as well as direct. And like Rockwell and Johansson together sounds great.
yeah, that'd be unbelievable. So Hunt for the Wilder People. He played a preacher in that as
Oh,
well.
he did,
Who
yeah.
was
Who was off his bean giving the ceremony. It was
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, had an amazing homily. So he loves being in front of the camera, and of course, sure, he plays Korg in Thor Ragnarok as well. So I think your man crush has gone slightly further. You're just like full blown in love with Taika Waititi.
But
It's allowed.
It is
It's
allowed.
allowed.
It's 100% allowed.
Yeah.
But like, this seems like it's definitely his type of humour, and I got a kind of like a producer's-esque kind of satire vibe for it, you know, which is never really particularly a bad thing. It's out in America in October, But oddly enough, it's supposed to be here a bit later. They even say it could actually be January, but I can't imagine there's going to be a 3-month gap between a US release and an Irish release. So
I can
probably
see
around
you
October time, I'd imagine.
Traveling to America. If they do get an earlier release, you'll be over there, like watching it first and foremost.
Look at them there. Look
Yeah.
at that
So what's the
little
name of the film? It's called
Jojo Rabbit.
Jojo Rabbit.
He's Jojo and Jojo Rabbit, the main little boy. That's his name.
Okay, gotcha. Looking forward to that. Yeah, Taika Waititi taking on the Nazis. Sounds good.
What was your pick?
I went for Endgame. Yeah, the re-release of Endgame. So we're still not allowed to pick Star Wars, and we're still only allowed to pick one film.
Them's the rules. Yeah.
So it was actually one of our trailers of the week a few weeks back. But I was looking back at everything what has made me genuinely really excited that's still to come, apart from those ones that we've already mentioned. Jojo Rabbit does sound very cool as well. But I think one of the best trailers I've seen this year, and one of the best trailers I've seen in a long, long time, is for Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix, and directed by Todd Phillips. And whenever people first heard this news about Todd Phillips, it's like the guy behind Old School, the Hangover trilogy, Starsky and Hutch, and he's taken on Joaquin Phoenix playing the Joker. It was like, is that going to be an interesting coming together? But whenever you see the trailer, whenever you see Joaquin Phoenix going full, like just his even like physical appearance, as well as the way he kind of delivers some of the lines and looks, and it just it's really maybe that's why I was creeped out today. Maybe that's I just couldn't put my
There's
finger
no
on
other
it.
reason.
There's just literally no other reason. But this is a little look at Todd Phillips' Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Arthur, does it help to have someone to talk to?
My mother always tells me to smile and put on a happy face. She told me I had a purpose to bring laughter and joy to the world. Hey, stop them! Is it just me? Or is it getting crazier out there?
Are you both? Oh, sorry. Are all three of you as excited about Joker as I
I'm
am?
as speechless about it as Justine is.
Hey, Justine.
Um,
Can't wait. Scorsese's producing it too. So like he's behind the scenes. The trailer looked deadly. And Phillips, I actually liked War Dogs. He kind of moved away from the comedy and did kind of the drama, so he kind of cut his teeth. So he's well able to do it. And everything I've seen and heard about this is great. And Joaquin Phoenix is such a good fit. He seems like, you know.
Yeah, there's a couple of moments, as well as the soundtrack that's in the ad itself, but there's a couple of moments within the trailer. The bit where he's obviously on his way to like a psychiatrist appointment or something. He's in the lift and there's somebody thrashing and writhing while stuck to a gurney. And it's really...
Dark.
Really dark,
Yeah.
because he's just sitting there and it's all going in. You're like, and it just makes you feel so uncomfortable as you watch it. But as I said, whenever that trailer was initially released, I remember everybody just crowding around the old TV box as we all sat there and watched it. It was just a few
How
weeks
old are you?
ago. It wasn't
How old was
pretty
that
old,
trailer
pretty
released?
old. But yeah, no, it looks super. So Joker is my shout, and it's out when it's out October time as well.
Cool.
So it sounds like
Little shot of Bruce Wayne. We think that's Bruce Wayne, isn't it? A little cool.
I
the wee
think
boy.
it might
Yeah,
be.
yeah. We'll see.
Young
All be
Robert
revealed.
Pattinson.
Yeah, exactly. Such a good actor. Roy, what did you go for?
Crawl.
Oh no, Roy!
Yeah, that's it, Rory. Stick to your
Why
brand.
didn't I even think of that? Of course you went for Crawl.
Oh,
Yeah.
future Oscar winner, Crawl.
Yes, of
This
course.
is my year. This is the Meg for me this year. I cannot. Like, it's alligators in a storm. It's just. It's perfect.
You cannot deny
From a
that trailer
director-
did not look fun.
Yeah, it does. And it looks pretty violent. Actually, here's a clip of some violence
Yes,
right
please.
now.
Yes, please.
Hello, can anybody hear me? I'm trapped with my father in our house in Coral Lake. Please send help. Really? Wait, down here.
Pete, you hear that? I'm actually disgusted at myself that I didn't predict that you were going to pick Crawl. It's so obvious now.
Yeah. I'm just really, really excited.
Really, really
for-
predictable.
Well, predictable too, yeah. But like, I'm totally okay with being predictable if it means it involving alligators and hurricanes.
I feel like if
Or
me and
sexy space.
if me and Paul weren't allowed to pick Star Wars and Justine wasn't allowed to pick Supersonic, you shouldn't have been allowed to pick Crawl.
Well, You,
No, I didn't make the rules.
no,
I know.
I made the rule of no Star Wars.
On my
it.
question.
Yeah,
So
no, yeah.
like I'm really, really excited, and that's out at the end of August. So
End of August. So not long to go, Rory.
I know.
Super duper.
He's queuing after the show. He's going to go around. Yeah.
I think so.
Look, it's biting her arm in the trailer right now. I'm so excited.
So Crawl coming out at the end of August. As you said, another dark-looking film because there is a lot of.
There's a lot of
great
violence.
looking
I think it
violence.
just looks like a lot
They
of
put the money
fun
into
now.
it. Like,
Yeah.
it looks great, I think.
Definitely. Now for a film that's coming up later on in the year, none of those ones, none of us actually picked it. It's time for the big trailer on the Big Review Ski, and I had actually picked out the brand new Hobbs and Shaw trailer initially, which is the spin-off from the Fast and Furious franchise. And the closer it got to the show, we were like, okay, Hobbs and Shaw, everyone check out that trailer. But then something happened
Like it does every week.
earlier this
4
week.
seconds before
before the show.
Yeah.
Another trailer was released that completely superseded everything else. It completely trumped it. And in a way, Paul, the trailer that I picked, it's my gift to
I don't want to
you.
give the day away, but I have a clever what it should have been called. Can I say it?
What the film should have
Should be
been called.
called.
What should it be called?
Frank Breaks Jumanji.
Frank Breaks Jumanji would have been amazing. Hopefully somebody will do this. The trailer is, of course, Jumanji The Next Level. So Jumanji, I only found out this week there are 4 films in the Jumanji franchise.
Well, this is 4th.
This is the 4th film.
Yeah.
So you have Jumanji back from the
sequel to the Robin
mid-90s
Williams
with the Robin Williams. There was a second one in there. Then there was Jumanji,
Welcome to the
which was
Jungle.
the reboot from Welcome to the Jungle from 2017.
Which is better than it had any right to be.
Yeah, which was a whole lot of fun. And this is the sequel to that film. But that second film that's in there is Zatura. What's it called? A Space
Actually,
Adventure?
John Favreau directed that, didn't he?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
actually a proper
Yeah.
sequel. Yeah?
It's an official part of the Jumanji kind of world.
Jumanjiverse.
And Jumanjiverse, that's of course the name for it. And they've raked in over $1 billion collectively, the 4 of them. So
Well, the Welcome to the Jungle made 960 million.
Yikes.
yeah, so the rest
So
of them.
the other two only had to make like 40 million
Yeah,
between them.
are they pulling their weight? So, Welcome to the Jungle, that version of Jumanji, obviously stars The Rock, Mr. Dwayne Johnson, Kevin Hart, Karen Gillan, and Jack Black as the 4 leads. They're kind of the
Avatars,
characters within the game. But and they had a lot of fun in that 2017 version. But then we get a look at the trailer for the brand new film now, which I was not expecting this, but has bonus Danny Glover.
Yeah.
And just somebody, I don't know actually who you love more, Taika Waititi or
Oh, they
Danny
should They should
DeVito.
make a film together.
They
I
really
don't know.
should.
Oh,
yeah.
it's so hard.
Yeah. But this is a sneak peek at the brand new trailer for Jumanji The Next Level.
I think he went back in. We gotta go get him.
Are you out of your mind? We haven't even picked our guys yet.
Oh, I hate this part. All right.
You hear something?
Spencer.
Huh? What? Who are you?
Oh my God.
You're Spencer's grandfather.
Are we in Florida?
And you?
Milo Walker. Did I die and turn into some kind of a small, muscular Boy Scout? Are we dead?
Bethany?
No!
Rich?
I'm the old fat dude. This can't be happening! My hip sure feels good now. Look at my thighs. Look at your thighs. Look at my thighs.
Okay, we have some issues here. The game is busted!
It was a game. I'm not it. I don't want to be it. Welcome to Jumanji.
So it looks like a whole lot of fun. It's a stroke of genius in terms of the casting because they're always going to have The Rock, Karen Gillan, Jack Black, and Kevin Hart there to play those in-game characters. And then they can put whoever else they want on the outside and sell it to people that way because, Paul, again, you're going to be first in the queue for this film.
Justine will have competition now for her boyfriend, The Rock, you know? Like,
Of course. That's right.
Danny DeVito as the Rock as Danny DeVito. It's just genius. It is.
I'd love to see Danny DeVito go back and play all the Rock characters through so many different ones as well, which would be unbelievable. But The Rock was actually really, really funny in that first Jumanji film as well,
Yeah.
kind of playing that kind of innocent, more nerdy version of himself while still pulling off the amazing smouldering looks.
The
that
set
part as
pieces
well.
look good as well. The last bit on the rope bridge remind me of, oddly enough, Temple of Doom, which I have on my shirt there, with the rope bridge and swinging and stuff like that and cutting the think
Yeah,
so. It
yeah.
looks pretty action packed, and the first one was very good. I thought the action was pretty decent now for.
Definitely.
But, yeah.
It's good to see that Danny Glover, in spite saying like how many years ago, 30 years ago, that he is too old for any of this shit, he's still going strong. So good work, Danny. So Jumanji: The Next Level is out in cinemas December. So we'll all go and see it together at Christmas time. Yeah, if nobody has any plans.
Chatty Justine here.
Came with our
get her
boyfriend.
Just stop talking for 2 hours to watch a movie.
As we said, we have some stars of Spider-Man Far From Home coming up on the show now. We did have the review of the film last week, and it's out in cinemas now. Rory, you absolutely loved it.
I thought it was great, yeah.
And it's getting unbelievable reviews everywhere. Especially one of the key things, which you got chatting to the stars about, like the post-credits. There's a lot of chat about that as well. But instead of us introducing you to footage of the trailer, it's like we're actually pretty useless when it comes to that stuff. Why don't we actually have the star of the film, Mr. Tom Holland, do it himself? Take it away, Tom.
Greetings, movie fans. I'm Tom Holland. Make sure you check out the new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer on the Big Review Ski with Omniplex Cinemas. I think Nick Fury just hijacked our summer vacation.
Awesome! You got gifts, Parker, but you have a job to do. Are you going to step up or not? You're all alone. Your friends are in trouble. What are you going to do about it?
You don't want any part of this.
Who is that guy?
He's like Iron Man and Thor rolled into one.
He's no Spider-Man.
What is it with you and Spider-Man?
What, he looks out for the neighborhood, has a dope suit, and I really respect him. Sup, dickwad?
I'm taking that as definitive proof that Tom Holland watches the Big Review Ski.
Yes, yep, he subscribes, as should all of you.
Good shout, actually. Subscribe like Tom Holland to the Big Review Ski, wherever you get your podcasts, or on YouTube as well. You can get in touch with us on Twitter at Big Review Ski, or over on the Joe.e Instagram
If you don't,
as well.
Justine might just take yourself.
Yeah, actually, yeah. She has a tendency to do that. Oh, God, I think I'm going to puke. But yes, so Spider-Man Far From Home. Rory, you caught up with Jacob Batalon, who plays Ned, Peter Parker's best friend, the guy in the chair, and Zendaya. What is Zendaya's? That's her name, Zendaya. She's just like Bono or Brezzy.
Yeah.
Just one name.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly like Brezzy. Indistinguishable.
The
Zendaya
three
and Brezzy.
one-named heroes of the world. Bono,
Seal.
Zendaya, Brezzy.
Oh,
Seal's
Seal.
in there
I'd
as
go
well,
for that.
of
Cher.
course. Enya.
Enya.
There's loads of
That's
these.
more than three.
We can keep going.
Annabelle is another one as well.
There you go.
Just off the top of your head.
Don't know where that came from. But yes, friendly kids, they are kids. They're all babies.
Yeah, I think, what is he, still 21, 22?
He just doesn't age.
He hasn't aged much since Civil War. It doesn't look he's aged at all. But yeah, no, they're all super friendly. They're all super hyped to be part of a good movie, which is great. And they're all very excited about like what the future of the MCU could potentially bring them all. Especially you've seen Far From Home now as well. So those post-credit sequences, which we're not going to spoil, but they do set up a big series of potential changes for the future of the MCU. And I asked what was their reaction when they heard about it and then when they saw it for the first time.
What was your initial reaction to, I guess, seeing the direction the next movie was going to go?
Exactly.
Some of them we didn't know.
Yeah, the very last one we didn't know,
Definitely
but
did
the
not
first
know.
one I knew, and I didn't believe they were going to do it.
Same.
When they
like,
told me, I was like, "There's no way they're going to
No
do
way.
that. That's just them thinking it's going to be really cool and they'll bottle it at the end." But
But
they
then it
didn't.
turned out really
They
cool.
did it.
Like,
It's
it
in
was
there,
so
and it's
awesome.
incredibly
They
brave.
committed.
They did. It was yeah, like I said, actually gasped at,
awesome.
at how it went.
I think that's the most vague kind of answer that anyone's given without giving anything away. Where it's like, oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah,
Exciting.
very exciting.
I think it was interesting that they were like, you're not going to do that. Like, they genuinely thought that
Well, they said
wouldn't.
they were going to bottle it.
Yeah, and they totally didn't bottle it.
Amazing.
No, actually, in their scripts when they read them, do they actually get the post credit there? Like, does everyone
Just
get
like
it?
pages,
Yeah,
empty,
yeah.
empty pages, and then like one little one down at the end. They're like, yeah, okay, got it. Did you enjoy the film as well, Paul?
Yeah, I really did. Yeah, I am excited to see where the Spider-Man mini universe within the MCU goes, because it's teased and it's kind of what might be coming next, and then there's a broader thing about how it fits in. It's great. Jake Gyllenhaal was so good. There's so many different layers to his role that, like, you think one thing, then you think another. It's really, really cleverly done. I said last week, Holland's my favourite Spider-Man. He just gets Peter Parker so well. Even Marissa Tomei, who I think we all love. I think everyone should love Marissa Tomei. She was great in this as well. Her character gets a bit of time as well. It's just really, really, really solid film, and it's nice to actually see some different locations, because we're all used to seeing New York and the same stuff. It's actually just a few different set pieces in different places. Sadly, not Dublin, which we already asked him about.
Or Ireland. You know, it doesn't just have to be Dublin.
Tom
Spot
Holland's
the
from-
two Dubs.
And Tom Holland's from Tipperary. His family.
There's
he
not
said
a
it.
huge amount of landmarks for him to swing out of up in Derry.
This is true. Well, there is.
The
You could get
walls.
off St. Colm's Hall. The walls,
Could
yeah.
you, in
Thanks
fairness,
very
you
much.
could jump the walls, could you? Like, you wouldn't have to
Actually, he
climb.
could.
And
I
then
could
that's
practically
it.
jump the walls. No, there'd be some other stuff.
Okay.
Oh, is there? No, that's about it. The old Channel 9 building. Shut it, all the Dairy Pals. But yes, so no, that's good. You enjoyed it as
Yeah,
well.
really
And
did.
interesting, because you commented on Jake Gyllenhaal. You were saying last week, Rory, that he might be the reason why people go back to the film then as well.
Yeah, like his character is played just right, where there's a lot where you'd go back and see if you can pick up on some stuff that maybe you missed the first time around.
I thought the marketing was excellent.
You're forcing me into a very vague.
I know.
Go
Okay.
see it, and then next week, if you haven't seen Spider-Man by this time next
That's
week,
on you.
That's on you.
Okay. So what else did you get chatting to the stars about?
Well, like the MCU is very good at getting in pretty much any famous person in the world that they want, as is seen in, like, you look at Captain Marvel, where you think, oh, look at all these famous people. Oh, you've also got Annette Bening. What? You've also got Kate Blanchett in, like, Thor Ragnarok. Like, it just seems like whoever they want, they can get them.
Even for one-off projects. And
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
As well,
So I asked the three of them which famous person would they love to share the screen with in Spider-Man 3, and they all had some amazing answers that I 100% agree with each and every one of them.
I personally would love to work with Emily Blunt. I'm a huge fan of hers, and I don't know why I'm like, I really think it would be cool to have a female villain in the next film, and I've never really seen Emily Blunt play a villain.
Sick.
And also in the film with Tom Cruise she is a serious badass,
Tomorrow,
and I think she could be a great villain.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good one.
I hope Marvel and Sony are listening.
Oh, yeah. I was
think
like,
that'd
is
be-
Emily behind me? When you
Yeah,
Did you see it?
Emily comes out. Hello, and also
Spoilers.
Emily is like
Future spoilers.
super nice. She's like
Oh,
the
yeah.
coolest lady ever.
I interviewed for A Quiet Place, and she's just like the nicest person in the
Yeah,
world.
and I love that movie. That movie's
What
awesome.
about both you?
You know, if Denzel is ever chilling somewhere, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Denzel
out
Washington.
Denzel.
If he wants to do a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, I'm totally down to have Denzel in the
Not
movie.
bad. That's a dream.
You know, I know Natalie Dormer's already been in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
What if she could come up in a Spider-Man movie?
Sure.
That'd be amazing.
You and I could go back in time to Captain America 1.
And then just tell her to come through.
To the future dimension, yeah. Could do.
You can actually hear how genuinely excited you got whenever Tom Holland said Emily Blunt. That's a natural reaction.
Sure.
You were like, oh my God, that's an amazing shout.
It is.
Yeah,
It really is.
especially having her as a villain.
Yeah, because she was the original casting choice for Black Widow.
Oh, right.
And then she had to turn it down. I think maybe she got pregnant, or there was a scheduling thing, but she lost it in the end. So her coming in as a villain would be fantastic. And especially to see Emily Blunt actually be a bad guy, because I'm not sure we've seen her do that in a movie.
She
We've
was,
seen her be
she
a
was
badass.
nasty in
Devil
Devil
Wears
Wears
Prada,
Prada, but not necessarily like a villain.
Yeah, and like we know she can do action, because Edge of Tomorrow is
Of course.
incredible.
And A Quiet Place.
Yeah.
It's class.
So yeah, fully on board.
And then Zendaya went for Denzel, and we had talked to Denzel Washington before about potentially tying in the MCU in some way, because himself and
mate for
Chadwick
Chadwick Boseman,
Boseman have a connection there as well. So
He didn't.
that
What
could
did he
be
say?
interesting.
Never say never. Is that what he said?
Never say
Yeah,
never.
yeah.
That was it. And Then who was the other one? Who did
Natalie
Jake
Dormer,
took
who was
over?
in
Natalie Dormer,
Captain,
yeah.
who was in Captain America: The First Avenger originally.
Yeah, I
She
get
was
the
a
impression.
soldier back in the
Yeah.
40s.
It just sounds like more like Jacob fancies Natalie Dormer and he just wants to work with Natalie, which is fair enough.
I think that's how
Good-
Hollywood works.
Good enough reason as well. Actually, I think you're probably right.
Who would you like to see if you had a choice? They're all great picks, those three.
Emily Blunt's definitely amazing. I suppose it all stemmed off the back of the conversation around Keanu Reeves being in there, who would be...
You don't get to say Keanu Reeves. Like Kevin Feige already said Kevin.
No, I know,
Keanu
but isn't
Reeves.
it that would be a stroke of genius if he was there as well?
Yeah.
I
Who would
was
you
thinking
like?
about this. Probably Mahershala Ali, I'd say. Would be pretty good.
Yes, he'd be quality.
Great
Well,
definitely.
he's kind of already been in it. He was in Iron Fist. No.
Oh, he's in Luke
Luke
Cage.
Cage.
Yeah, he's in the TV version.
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay.
Yeah.
But they never really tie those up.
Well,
like,
that's
so it's
fair.
grand, yeah.
I just,
The
I
writers
think,
don't
I think
really
he's
care.
class. Everything I've seen.
Yeah,
him
no,
in.
he'd be super in it, all right, yeah. Roy, who'd you go for?
Charlize.
Just always Charlize Theron. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd go for my set, Elizabeth Berkley. Bring her back. Yeah, definitely. Some really interesting
Paul
superpowers.
Verhoeven doing a Marvel
Yeah,
film would be
definitely.
amazing.
Spider-Man Far From Showgirls.
Spider-Man Far From Home is in cinemas at the moment. And we also have some reviews of brand new films that are coming out this week. Up first, it's what number in the Conjuring universe are we on now, roughly?
7?
In and around the 7 mark. So this is the brainchild of James Wan. You've got the Conjuring films. You've got the Annabelle films as well.
The Nun.
The Nun, The Curse of La Llorona.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And Crooked Man, I think, is...
Crooked Man's on the agenda.
That's planned as well.
Conjuring
Conjuring 3, yeah.
So the brand new release is Annabelle Comes Home. So let's take a little look at that film before we hear the review.
What did you do? I let her out. Who? Annabelle. I'm sorry. What else did you touch? Everything.
Can I play with Annabelle? I think you have the wrong house. There's no Annabelle here. Yes, she is. I sometimes see things. Like how my mom sees things.
The doll. It's a beacon for other spirits.
So I feel like I should be very careful about how I choose my words. You never know who's listening, how people might take it. So,
Well, Justine's a horror fan, so.
of course she is.
She can be temperamental, though. Yeah, take it the wrong way.
Rory, what's Annabelle Comes Home about?
Well, it is. It's set a year after the Warrens get the haunted Annabelle doll into their home and put her into that glass case for visitors
Of emotion.
yeah, just to come over and say,
Don't touch her.
Look at the stuff we've got. And the Warrens, who you'd know from the Conjuring movie, they head off on like just a night out. So they leave their young daughter with a very likable babysitter and her best mate, who's like, I'm going to go into that room and I'm going to
Kids, what are you gonna do,
I'm
like?
going to touch everything, even though there's big, huge signs saying don't touch any of this stuff. Oh, God. So she goes in and she touches everything and she opens up the thing, and then Annabelle turns their house into like a mini haunted house that they can't get out of, and they have to find a way to get her back into that case before all the demons come and kill everyone.
Or I thought you were saying before mommy and daddy get
Well,
home.
that too.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
when you're young, that's more terrifying.
That's actually pretty scary. Like to
Yeah.
get the whole place tidied up, make
Yeah.
sure you didn't have any sweets, any chocolate, anything.
no proof that you had any friends over.
So some of the Conjuring films have actually been like pretty dark, pretty scary anyway.
Yes,
and
I
they're-
was a big fan of the 2 Conjuring movies. I
Yes.
really liked the Annabelle prequel,
Annabelle Creation.
I
it's
thought that was great.
One with Miranda Otto, is it?
Yeah.
because in terms of the Nun as well,
You and I
remember
had a
we'd
disagreement.
have fallen out
Yeah.
about the Nun
That
because
made crazy money.
It
That
made a lot of
went
money.
It made so much money.
I had a lot of fun at the Nun.
Yeah.
a lot
Really?
of fun at the Nun. You not so much.
Not so much. This one it kind of reminded me of. Do you know when it's like Halloween?
Yes.
And they turn buildings into like almost horror.
Interactive
yeah,
stuff.
where you
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
walk in and every room
Yeah, the fright
has
zones.
like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
different, like in this room there's a serial killer, in this room there's a ghost.
And they jump out at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching someone go through one of them. This is Gary Dauberman's directorial debut. He's the guy
Doberman.
He's the guy who has written, I think, most of the Annabelle movies. He also wrote the script for It Chapter 1 and will be doing for It Chapter 2.
And Salem's Lot. He's done.
Oh, well, there you go. And he does a good job of like kind of not exactly copying James Wan's visual style, but like it's still nice to look at. He gets really good performances out of the 3 female leads. Instead of, because even though that girl, you're like, don't go in that room. When they explain why she went into the room, it's like, I actually kind of.
Oh, okay. She's got a good reason for it.
Yeah, there's no
Okay.
like, you idiot.
Oh, it's not like one of those things, well, nobody would actually do that. She does have a valid
There
reason for
is,
doing
like, everything's kind of explained pretty well. So you're kind of on their side, as opposed to like annoying horror movies where you're like, if you die, that's fine. I don't mind.
Yeah.
And there's some okay scares in it. It does feel like they're setting up potentially like 3 or 4 more spin-offs, because there's like 4 new kind of major versions of The Nun or Annabelle that like appear in the house, and they could all potentially get their own spin-off. But yeah, like it's fine.
Okay, relatively scary. Some
I think
decent jumps.
you'd probably lose your mind, but I was like,
yeah,
this is fine.
I just know, is that the girl from The Haunting of Hill House? The young Theo, the little actress?
Don't know.
I think it looks a lot like her.
It could be.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure.
Justine, will you be venturing along to see Annabelle Comes Home?
Justine's being rude this week.
So rude. Like my mommy, as I said, is a huge fan, but not anymore. But Paul, you were saying your sister collects creepy porcelain dolls.
Yeah, ever since she was a little girl, and she's
What's
like
that about? Are you
60 of them, or like probably more.
Will you please take a picture and send it to us?
No, because it might take your soul. Like it genuinely, I remember I had to go in to wake her up for school in the morning, and like
she was
the first
dead.
thing you see is these dead eyes staring back at you, and like
And then you see the
terrifying.
dolls.
Yeah, true. But that's awful. And she won't get rid of them. She wants to give them to her daughter. So
And does
it's
she-
like a curse been passed from like generations or something.
But does she actually love them? Like she's not just doing
She
it out
was
of
a
like,
girl,
well,
like yeah, but like they're evil. Like
they're so evil.
sorry, Justine. I know
Yeah,
you love your
yeah.
dolls. Yeah.
They're fine. Okay, so your sister will definitely be heading along to see
She's
this
probably
film.
for front row centre there, probably with the dolls.
You're
Probably
with
all of them.
Taika Waititi, Danny DeVito. She's over there with the creepy porcelain dolls. Okay, fair
Weird
enough.
family.
Yeah, again, it's not really. We had Child's Play was last week as well, and Brightburn. So there's a lot of like kind of creepy films out at the moment.
Well, it's Child's Play, Toy Story 4,
Toy Story 4 is in there as
Annabelle,
well,
so
yeah.
a lot of creepy doll movies.
Yeah, and kind of keeping the creepiness levels right up to the maximum. We've also got the release of Midsommar. Midsommar?
Sure.
Yeah, which is out this week and stars Ireland's own Jack Rayner and Florence Pugh, who's just an unbelievable young actor and has been brilliant in Fight With My Family.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
And she was Lady Macbeth as well.
And she's in the new Black Widow film, isn't she? Florence
She
Pugh,
cast in
yeah,
that as well.
yeah.
Apparently, yeah.
So really exciting young
Chidi
cast. Oh yes,
from
of
The Good
course, from
Place.
The Good Place. So yes, before we hear the review of Midsommar, let's take a little look at the film.
Christian says that you've got some special thing planned.
Yeah, it's like a crazy 9-day festival. It only happens every 90 years.
Hi. Hello, Theodore. You can't speak. You can't move. But this opens you up to the influence. And it breaks down your defenses. Trust me. All right?
Right. So, horror set entirely at day is a nice change, and it's from the director of Hereditary, which I picked as my best film of last year. And it tells the story of a couple, which is Jack Rayner and Florence Pugh, who are on the rocks, and he's like, I'm going to go to this Scandinavian thing, that a festival that only happens every 90 years. And she's like, oh, I'll go too. And he's like, all right, fine, yeah, I guess. And he's like my mates. So his mates is like Chidi from The Good Place and Will Poulter with the world's most interesting eyebrows.
Yes.
And they head along, and initially it seems like nice kind of hippy dippy Burning Man in Sweden thing, but it looks like it doesn't stay nice for too long.
Yeah, well, again, even the lovely springy, summery, I suppose midsummer feel to the, like there's loads of nice flowers and like nice clinkety clankety music, and everyone's like smiling and happy and dancing around. And then there's just a couple of shots in the trailer. It's like, oh God, what the hell was that just popping up there? So what did you think of the film?
Well, here's the thing. They were very late showing it to press. So late, in fact,
that
I gotta go. I gotta go.
Okay.
But I think the three of you will have a nice discussion and conversation.
Well, me and Paul are going to see if we can get a word out of Justine here anyway, like, and see what the crack is.
She's tough. She's a tough interviewee this week.
We can warm her up.
But I'll be right back.
Okay, right. See you in what, like a couple hours?
Yeah, it's long. It's
Okay.
2.5 hours long.
Bye, Rory.
See ya. Yeah. Any crack?
Okay, so just out of Midsummer, the new movie from the guy behind Hereditary, it is a total mindfuck. It is nearly 2.5 hours long, so you have to be prepared for that. It is. Florence Pugh is one of the greatest actresses alive after this film. Oh my God, she's so incredible. It's the best I've ever seen. Jack Rayner, the supporting cast is great. Cinematography, the sound, everything. It's hugely unsettling, but it's just not. It's not particularly scary. It's something that will stick in your mind, and when you're about to fall asleep, you'll be like, oh, and you will remember singular scenes. There's nothing where you're gonna jump out of your chair in fright, but it is definitely one of the most memorable psychological horrors you'll ever see. So
That's class.
Oh, that is very
just
good.
saying, that was you kill
That's
us.
an unbelievable story.
Yeah.
It's so
Why didn't you
good.
pipe up on that earlier?
I know. Sorry, what's the crack?
Hey,
Not get Justine to shut up, giving it all
just
that
giving
there.
it all.
So those were my thoughts on Midsummer.
Oh, that's it. I
Agree, disagree, who knows?
Yeah, I think what you said was pretty bang on.
Succinct.
Yeah,
I like
really succinct.
I like the parts when you were talking. That's what I liked.
Yeah, those were definitely the highlights. Okay, so Midsummer out in Irish cinemas right now. You can go and check it out if you're into that stuff that Rory was talking about.
Or if you're not.
And then, or if you're not, don't go to it. Right, it's competition time. And as we said earlier on the show, we do have some amazing giveaways to, give away.
Yep.
We
That's
have
how that
some
works.
Spider-Man Far From Home prize packages. There's cool stuff in there. It's all travel themed because obviously Peter Parker and his friends head around Europe on a school trip. So you get like a backpack. They're tripping around Europe. You also get like one of those little things for your neck.
Yeah, one of those
Do you
things.
use those? I never use them.
See, my problem is I am too tall for the chair.
But you're not too tall for your own neck. You just put it around your neck.
No, but aren't you supposed to use it as like a pillow?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, but like I'm too tall. My head just keeps going back over the chair.
So we need to
behind
get you a bigger chair, basically.
me. Or a fatter neck thing, like
Okay.
a real.
I think these ones are inflatable, so you can make them as
It's up to
as
me.
big as you want. It's up to you.
right.
The choice is yours. So we do have those prize packets to give away. Want to say a big congratulations to Dahi. No other name. So if your name is
like
Dahi and
Cher
you're
and
out
Seal.
there, yeah, it is.
Like-
It's just
like
like
earlier in the
another
show.
one-name wonder
Throwback.
who won tickets to see a very special screening of Annabelle Comes Home this week, which was taking place in Omniplex Rathmines. So congratulations to you. He got the correct answer to last week's High Clue. So we'll take a look at it. It was Gale's days are numbered, his crowning delivery, Red and Black's suspect. I liked last week's one. I did like it. Yeah.
I had.
Oh, you thought you got it like just at the end of the show? That's right.
Yeah. I definitely. I know I am right since then, but like, it was the red and black was the immediate like.
What could it be?
Because there's only really one famous red in cinema history, and then it was a matter of figuring out what famous black he'd been with.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, that was a nice way to get into it.
No,
Paul,
I
Paul,
appreciate it.
Did you have an idea of what it might have been?
When you say red there, I'm thinking another film. Originally, I thought Gale was like Gale Weathers, Scream. That's
That
what I
was
thought
my
originally.
first
Yeah.
thought,
But then I was
right,
thinking,
okay.
I can't connect anything else to Scream.
Okay.
But red, I would presume Shawshank Redemption, there was the lines you were going on, was it?
Well, yes. So Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Is it Shawshank Redemption?
It's not. It's
No.
not Shawshank
okay.
Redemption, but it is a reference to Morgan Freeman. And then, do you want to go ahead and say what it is?
Seven.
It is
7.
Ah, very good.
Yeah. So I always liked the way they had the number 7 like in the middle of it as well.
But then every other film ripped it off. Remember 13 Ghosts?
Oh, God.
And it was like THI 13
3. Yeah.
And was there Simone S1MO with Al Pacino?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. But yeah, so 7 was the answer. So last week's high clue again was Gale's days are numbered. His crowning delivery, red and black's suspect. So Gale's days are numbered. It was actually reference to David Gale, who was played by Kevin Spacey. So his days are what are you laughing? So his days are numbered because the plan that he sets in motion means that he ultimately. Doesn't really survive. Spoiler alert. But they're also numbered because obviously the film is called 7. The middle line, his crowning delivery, he has a very special delivery at the end of the film. So kind of his entire evil master plan, the crowning achievement in it is this delivery at the end. Plus, it's the crown of a head, which also has a connection there to that particular delivery. And the final line, as you said, red and black's suspect. You had Morgan Freeman, who plays one of the cops and also plays Red in Shawshank Redemption. You have Brad Pitt, who plays Joe Black, and then their suspect, Kevin Spacey, from The Usual Suspects as well. So that was it. 7.
I liked it.
Job done. So we have this week's high clue, which we're going to have to get Justine to do
Don't touch.
I'm not going to touch, just count on those syllables.
That's how the first gets passed.
So this week's high clue, as we said, we have those Spider-Man Far From Home merchandise packs to give away. So here goes. It's Brill Sailors Regal, Lightning Strikes Family Home, while Bro Plays Love Games. So for everybody who's listening, it's Brill Sailors Regal. Sailors is Sailor 'S. And then Lightning Strikes Family Home, while Bro Plays Love Games. So we got Brill Sailors Regal, 5. Lightning Strikes Family Home, 7. While Bro Plays Love Games.
Oh, I've got
Thanks,
it.
Justine.
I think
Do you think
I've
you've got it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your...
I think it was overtly...
We can tell.
I think it's a film from the mid-90s, I think.
Maybe.
I think I have it, yeah.
Yes, so that'll be for our giveaway, so you can check that out. It'll be up on Joe, it'll be up on the Joe Instagram as well. Next week, who have we got coming up in the show?
I don't know if you've heard of him. He's not been in a lot of movies.
Okay.
And the movies he has been in has not made a lot of money.
Okay. Oh, pretty disappointing then.
Yeah, I know. It's just Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Back in the show again. I think it's like every
he's
other week.
He's been on the show more than he's been in the MCU.
He's on the show more than Justine's on the show.
He has more to say anyway.
Yeah. So we are going to have Nick Fury himself coming up on the show next week. Hopefully, Justine, will you be back to join us again? Okay.
Yeah.
It's their charming personality. That's what gets me.
It's the glances. It's the facial micro
Wait,
expressions.
is she glancing at me when I'm not looking?
But after that joke, she had nothing else to top it with.
That's
so
true,
that's
actually. You want to hear a joke from earlier. It's pretty good. We'll sort it after the show. Rory, Paul, thanks as ever for joining me. It wasn't as creepy as I think that all went relatively fine.
We'll see what happens when the curtains close.
Soul's still intact. But yes, thanks again for watching and listening. And don't forget to subscribe to the show. Thanks to Fiona on visuals, Alan on sound, and anybody else?
Ian.
Thanks, Ian. Love you.